Good morning, dolls, and welcome to Little Gretchen's workshop. So today is the first day of the original Dollhouse tour, a part of the 1K celebration of this channel reaching 1,000 subscribers. Again, a special thank you to everyone who's watching and to all my subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you for being a part of this celebration with me and a part of my journey here on Little Gretchen's workshop. So I'm going to give you a total view of the outside of the dollhouse, and we're going to get to the inside tour. Depending on how long it takes, I may have to break up the tour, but we are going to go ahead and get started today, and we're going to start with the outside. Come on, let's get started. Thanks for being here. So dolls, this is my dollhouse, Christmas 1977, and that's me, Little Gretchen, in front of my brand new house. Although it was bare, I could see it in my mind's eye the way it looks today. So there's a quick glimpse into the attic and a couple pieces my dad made for the dollhouse. And this is the outside of the dollhouse just before he cut the bay window open and added it. Now this next shot is of the house after he started to add the siding and the bay window was added. First, the dollhouse was a light blue with black trim, and then it was a mint green color. And dolls, here is my dollhouse today. So I renovated it recently in 2020 and gave it a grander doorway. I also painted it this mauve color and gave it green and brown trim. And there is the bay window. I did it in a two-tone effect. See, it's quite tall. I actually have it on a base. Now here I just wanted to let you focus in on the base. I did the egg carton all the way around the dollhouse as far as the walkway, sort of a cobblestone effect. So that's the base of the dollhouse. And I also used the same finish on the chimney of this dollhouse to cover up some faulty brickwork I did many years ago. Dolls, this is the same finish I used on the outside of the rooming house dollhouse. So you see I've been using that technique for quite some time. And dolls, you can see the roof is all shingled, and I did it sort of in a dimensional look where I used multiple shades of green and brown. So you see, dolls, the style of this house is more or less a townhouse, a 3-story townhouse with an attic. My dad purchased it at a store called Aristocrafts in Dearborn, Michigan, many, many years ago. So now let's begin our tour. So dolls, I'm going to start with the attic. And the attic has been set up and converted into a bedroom. And this bedroom belongs to my father. I've converted the attic into a 12th scale size of what I imagine his bedroom would look like if he lived forever with me in the dollhouse. You see a car on the table, car books, car pictures on the walls. So I guess you realize by now my dad loved cars. My dad did custom cars, custom styles, custom paint jobs, and although he worked his 9-to-5 for the Big Three as a clay model and designer, his weekends were all about car shows, hot rods, and custom paint jobs. And my dad loved to read a lot about cars and anything regarding cars or trains. And if you dolls don't mind, I just want to say hi to my dad. Right now, he's watching. He's in a nursing home right now, but he is watching my channel. My dad has been an awesome supporter of my channel from day one, and he actually encouraged me 2 years ago to go ahead and start this. So, Dad, I just want you to know I'm grateful for you today. And there's my dad's train on the table, more books, a picture of a car, and everything he would ever need to live comfortably in my dollhouse forever. So you see there, I've got a chest of drawers and a stack of books, his coffee, a little stool for him to polish his shoes, packages that he gets in the mail, stack of newspaper. Now, dolls, I want you to look over in here, this corner near the stair rail. Now, this is the attic to this dollhouse. This dollhouse actually has no opening to go down to the next floor. So I had to create an optical illusion. And I want you to peek over here in the corner and see that I actually painted on the floor to give the impression that it was 3-dimensional, like you could go down the steps. But that actually is a painted picture on the floor. So my imagination was quite vivid, and I created an access for the dolls to get down to the next floor, even though there actually is no way to get down. So I definitely have had a lot of fun and allowed my imagination to go wild in this house. So dolls, never be inhibited by the way your dollhouse is designed. You can make it do whatever you need it to do based on your imagination. Now, dolls, I do want to point out a couple of the furniture pieces in this room. This is a small little cabinet that my dad made. So these are pieces that he made when I was a little girl. He had a subscription for me with the House of Miniatures, and you would get a miniature dollhouse furniture piece every month, and we would put it together. Well, he would put it together for me. And these pieces that are in this room are mainly pieces that he assembled. Those are his keys hanging on the bedpost, his cup of coffee, and yeah, so it's a desk, a chest, and a little side cabinet. But those are all pieces that he made for me from that subscription. And this is a really beautiful table that I actually purchased off eBay with a bundle of other items, but I thought it was really, really nice, and I thought it would be perfect for his room as his work and planning table. So let me remove the things and let you really see the table and how lovely it is and how well it's made. Just look at the legs and the hinges at the bottom. It's even got like dovetails in between the way they designed the hinges for the legs. I know I'm moving around a lot, dolls, but I'm just trying to let you see how lovely this is crafted, what a beautiful table it is. And that's one of the main reasons I put it in the attic, because I wanted it to be absolutely safe. I have a lock on my dollhouse because you have to remember, dolls, I raised an entire family with this dollhouse in my home, so I had to keep it safe for my children while they were growing up. And I'm sure someone's asking, didn't you allow your children to play with your dollhouse? And my answer is no, absolutely not. And that's a little stool that my dad uses to polish his shoes. And this is one of the other chests that he made with the House of Miniature kits. So I'm not going to move it too far because I got a lot of things sitting on there. But dolls, I am going to pull this one that I have sitting in the corner and let you see it. Now this one definitely has a rugged and vintage look, but not because I aged it, but because it's been through a lot. And that is definitely from the House of Miniatures kit collection. And dolls, the doors do open, but I didn't fill it with anything because I didn't start to fill my miniature cabinets and things with items until a little bit later in my collecting. So I want to show you this little chair. It's actually made of resin. It came in a bundle of items I got. I'm not sure who it's made by. And if anyone knows who that chair is by, let me know in the comments. Now here is one of the very first pieces I received in my subscription from the House of Miniature kit collection. It's a slant front desk, and my dad made it, and I actually stained it, and he added the hardware. This is when I began to fill my miniatures with items. And if you can see the large clump of wax on the front, I started over waxing a long time ago, dolls. So let's see what's in this drawer. So I have some gigantic dollar bills. Now they're really small in comparison to life-size dollar bills, but they're way out of scale for dollhouse dollar bills. And I have some gigantic coins in there as well. I guess you would say the dolls have some big money. Here's a tiny box with books of matches. I have no idea where I got that from, dolls. Back then, dolls, we ordered things through mail order catalogs, so I'm sure that's where they came from. Those were the days, dolls, before online. And I made my own mail. And look, I have a tiny birth certificate. So, dolls, let's put these things away. That wraps it up for Daddy's room. Let's go to the girls' room. And here we are, the little girl's bedroom. So let's start with one of my all-time favorites, Paddington Bear. My dad actually bought me one for the dollhouse and one in life size, and he was one of my absolute favorites. And he was actually one of the first residents to the dollhouse before I got the little family I had at the time. And I actually still have his little hat. I love little Paddington Bear. He's an awesome addition to my house. Now, I do also have another little bear, a little jointed bear. I'm not sure where I got him from. I think he may have been a gift, but he's adorable. He's very soft, and it was perfect because I have two little girls that live in my room. I just want to show you some of the things on the floor. That's a little doll that I made for the dolls, little girls in the room. And this is a little Bond chair. I actually painted it in a purple color to match the decor of the girls' room. And I actually have a tiny, tiny box of crayons. This tour is actually a lot of fun for me because there are some things in here I've forgotten I had. And I have a tiny little windmill as well. I actually made this windmill from a broken earring I found. Yep, you can find miniatures everywhere, dolls. Now let's look at the little girl's dressing table. She has a jar of Vaseline, a little brush, and let's look over here. I have a chalkboard, and that's just a picture frame that was painted over, and I wrote on it with white paint. And I kind of want to give you a view here of the little dresser. Now, the little trinkets on the dresser, you see a little perfume bottle, but the little golden rocking horse is actually a broken charm off of a bracelet that belonged to my daughter. And there's the little girl's bunk beds. It's a brass bunk bed. That was one of the first pieces of furniture I had in the house. And you know, Daddy had to buy me a dollhouse for the dollhouse, and I tried to paint it the same color as the outside of the actual house. Now, if you look really closely inside, dolls, I'm going to go ahead and pull a few things out so you can really see. I have a lot of toys and books and things on the floor because I think that's how a little girl's room would be. So I moved the doll's bed because I really wanted you to see the floor. The floors are done with pastel painted popsicle sticks, and I thought it really looked playful and fun. You know, the things in this dollhouse aren't for a specific period. I just did whatever I liked in those days. And this is the little girl's dressing table. I wanted you to get a closer look at it because it's actually a House of Miniatures table, but I actually glued a mirror to the top of the table and added a really tiny fine ribbon to it. I thought it made a nice dressing table, and the mirror made the surface bigger. And here is the bunk bed. I just wanted you to see the bedding. I actually made the mattresses, the linen, and the pillows. My lace is a little big, dolls, but at the time I thought it was awesome, and I didn't change it. I really like this look a lot. And you can see my mattresses. And they actually are just made of thicker foam. The foam that was on the dolls' beds originally, I thought it was kind of uncomfortable looking because it was very thin. So dolls, never be afraid to modify, alter, or change your miniatures to suit your taste or the comfort of your dolls. Now, this is a set of chairs in the little girl's room. They're actually for the adults when they come in to watch the little girls. It's a beautiful set. There's a second one in the back. I ordered them off eBay. I thought they were really cute. And here's another House of Miniatures double chest of drawers. I think this one I made it and painted it a cream color. Not sure where I got all the items, but again, that little rocking horse is a charm off of a bracelet that belonged to my daughter when she was a little girl. So when the bracelet broke, I kept the little rocking horse, and I thought it looked perfect in the dollhouse. So there's a little table here that I made to be the tea table for the girls' room. This little tea set, I've had it forever. But the little table, I only made it a couple years ago because I felt like the little girls needed somewhere to put their tea set. And it actually is the perfect size. Just made it out of some scrap pieces of wood and some leftover newel posts. I guess I'll do you dolls a video for that. Now, these little rocking chairs actually were salt and pepper shakers that belonged to my grandmother. See the little stopper at the bottom? I painted them to match the girls' room. I thought they were perfect. Their original color was black and white. It's funny how some salt and pepper shakers are the perfect size to be little rocking chairs for the girls' tea table. Now, this little nightstand in the back, I'm really not sure where I got that from. It looks like it may have come in a bundle of things that I purchased, and it was just the right size, and it was small enough to sit and fit right next to the girls' bed. So there it is, dolls, my little girl's room. I think it's lovely. It was a lot of fun. Oh, here are my curtains. This what my curtains used to look like, dolls. Now these are some lovely purple curtains, and they're made out of like a synthetic fabric, so they don't drape quite the same as when you use natural fibers. But I still like them because they were the perfect color. So let me kind of arrange things and put things back in order. Now, if you dolls enjoyed this video, definitely let me know in the comments. So dolls, there will be at least 2 more videos for the tour of the original dollhouse. I didn't want to make this video too long, but we have 5 more rooms to go. I do thank you for watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next episode of Little Gretchen's Workshop. Bye-bye now, dolls.